Test, test, test. Microphone. All right, Nathan. Today is Music Theory Day. Simple theory. I don't know if you know this already, but we'll go over the chords in a given scale, okay? So let's take the scale C major. Okay, the foundation of every song is going to be the scale and the key it's in. If all the notes work within that key, it sounds good. This is really, really simple stuff. So let's take a C major scale. 7 notes. That's a C again. So 8 notes within that scale. Now, if you break that scale up, you have arpeggios. So if we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we go 1, 3, 5, 8. If we take those 3 notes, 1, 3, 5, that's an arpeggio. That's a C major arpeggio. When we play those notes together, if we play those notes separately, it sounds nice. If we play them together, that's what gives us our C major chord. Okay? So those notes are all within the same scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5. C major. Okay? Now, let's do the next one. So that's starting on the 1 note. C is the 1 of the scale. D is the 2 of the scale. So let's do the intervals, the same intervals. So we've got 2, 4, 6, and then 2 again. And that gives us D minor. D minor. So if we play the chord, if we play the scale, and if we play the first chord of that scale, it's a C major. If we play the second chord of a C major scale, so the 2 chord, it's a D minor. And they sound good together. If we go to the third chord, which again, it's arpeggios, so we go. That gives us an E minor chord. So now we have C major is the 1 chord. D minor is the 2 chord. E minor is the 3 chord. Now, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4, 6, 1, 8. Where are we? So that's F. So now we have 1 chord, C major, 2 chord, D minor, 3 chord, E minor, 4 chord, F major, major happy, minor sad. 5 chord is going to be G major. 6 chord, A minor. 7 chord is going to be B. Yeah, that's right. Oops. 7 chord is going to be B diminished. A little bit tricky. B minor will do. And then, again, resolve back to the C major. So, C major, C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor. Let's go B minor, C. Now, the reason this is important for songwriting is because if you use any of those combination of chords, you can make a great song. So typically, a song is going to use 1, 4, 5. Pop music uses 1, 4, 5. So in a scale of C, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the F, 1 is the C, 1, C, D, E, F is the 4, G is the 5, A is the 6. So those 4 chords, the minor, so if you have the major, C major, and you go to the minor, which is down 3 semitones, G, so if you take any chords within that scale, it's going to sound good together. Now, when you play those chords, any of those chords, you can play a C major scale over top of that. So you can then start to improvise and put melodies over top of the chords you're playing. Now, some notes are going to sound better with different chords, but essentially any C major scale is going to sound good over a combination of the chords from the C major scale. So, bit of a complicated lesson, but once you get this, what it's going to help to do, because these chords sound good in your head, and what this is going to help you to do is to start to piece what you hear in your head to the fundamentals on the guitar. Sometimes you don't know what you're hearing in your head, you can't find it. But if you just play around with the chords in that scale, so even take C major, A minor, F major, G major, you just play those, man, and you know, you can come up with anything. Now, a lot of people make fun and say all pop music is the same 4 chords, but who cares? Who cares? You want to do fancy stuff, you can go to jazz, you can go to classical. If you want to just play nice, simple stuff that kind of touches people on a real basic level, on a nice, simple, emotional level, stick with those. So you want the 1, C major, 4, F major, G, G major, and then the relative minor is the A minor. And if you move that around, it's the same thing. So if we're in the, that's the scale of C, let's change it to A major. So all we've done, we've taken the same pattern, we've just slid it down, we're now in the key of A major. So let's go 1, A major, the 4 chord, A, B, C sharp, D, so D major, D, E major, and then the relative minor is the F sharp. So we have A, D, E, A, D, 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 A, E, F sharp minor, F sharp minor, A, D, 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 relative minor. That sounds good. To go from the F sharp minor to the D major. That's a beautiful interval. And then you want to know how to end a song? Go back to the first of the scale. A. So once you understand a little basic theory, will help you connect so many things together. So that's it. And then again, if you're playing in the A major, over that chord progression, you can play kind of any of those scales. Over that chord progression, you can play any notes in the scale of A major. So, anyways, bit of a long, convoluted lesson. But if you're making songs, if you're writing stuff on your keyboards, you can start to learn these intervals. You can start to learn what sounds good together and build worlds over top of that stuff. Peace, brother.